This is Paul McKenna for PT Boxing. I'm here today at the Live building in Liverpool, press conference. Saturday night fighting with me, trainer and manager Dave Coldwell. How are you, mate? Okay?
Very good, mate. How are you?
I'm fine. Good stuff. Looking forward to Saturday now.
Can't wait. You know, it's been a fight I've been looking forward to for a while. Not just the fight itself. There's some good fights on the undercard.
Yeah.
So it's a good show all around, and I think when it comes to the main event time, atmosphere in Echo is going to be fantastic.
100%. As you just said, good undercard, good bill on the undercard. One of your fighters, Tom Doran. Great year for him so far, prize fighters, and he's been to Liverpool as well a few months ago.
Yeah, he boxed. I think it was June. He boxed, had a good win. In June.
And now fighting unbeaten Rod Smith. So decent fight for Tom, and one you're comfortable.
It's a very, very hard fight for both men. I know Rod Smith very well. I had his 7 fights. I was his manager for his first 6.
Oh.
So it's a good fight. I know Rod. I put Rod, I think, in his 5th fight against Liam Cameron. Over 10 rounds, and he beat him. So I know Rod can fight. So this is a proper fight. Listen, people know that I like, when my fighters want to fight for titles quickly and want the big fights, then I don't mind saying, all right, here's a test for you. If you're good enough to pass this test, and you're good enough to go in with the bigger names and the bigger fights. Tom's one of those fighters. He's one prize fighter. He wants to crack at some of the big names. He wants to crack at some of the big fights in the middleweight. So if he wants to get to that, he's got to beat Rod Smith. It's a proper fight. It's a 50-50 fight. And I can see how both men win the fight.
Is this eliminated as well for the British? Which is what Nick Blackwell's got at the minute. So if Tom does come through that, hopefully in 2016 a British title shot.
Yeah, hopefully, that's the plan. If he beats Rod, then I know he's capable. Forget about how many fights Rod has. Rod's a good fighter. He's very, very strong. He's relentless. He believes he can punch through walls. He just wants to get in there and knock people out and go on to the next fight. That's the kind of attitude he is. He's like an old school fighter. Tom can box, he can fight a little bit, and he can punch. So he's got a very good boxing brain as well. People saw that in prize fighter. I expect that if Tom performs to the best of his ability, then I expect Tom to beat Rod.
Does it feel a little bit strange for you sort of instructing and guiding Tom on ways to beat a fighter that you've been supporting and trying to keep him undefeated, and now you're trying to get him beat, if you like?
It is. It's always a weird, feeling, but it's business. It's business. Just because I managed Rod in the past doesn't mean that Rod doesn't want to beat my kid.
Of course.
One over me.
Of course.
That's exactly how it is. That's how boxing is. You have it in the sport so many times. Fighters leave certain promoters to box for somebody else. They end up fighting one of that promoter's fighters for a title. Whatever. There's a lot. It's part of the game. This is business. And at the end of the day, Matchroom came on to me. Eddie came on to me and says, "What about?" Because Tom was on the bill. What about Rod Smith for eliminator preparation? What am I going to do? Butler, turn around and say, oh no, because I used to manage him. That's just how it is. And to be honest, it gives Rod an opportunity. I know how badly he wants to, progress in boxing, and so listen, I want my man to win 100%.
Of course.
But if he gets beat, it's kind of like, well, I know what it means to Rod Smith, so it's part of the game. That's it. If my man's not good enough to win the fight, then he doesn't deserve to win the fight. And that's how boxing is, and that's how boxing should be. After you've had a certain amount of fights and you've been looked after, or you've had a couple of good wins, then it's time to let off the leash, have real fights. Let's see how good you are, and that's where Tom is at the moment. We need to see how good he is.
So you what, mate? It was Halloween last weekend. Your makeup was spot on.
Oh, mate. Everybody's been saying that. That was my wife. She did the makeup for myself and my daughter. My daughter's makeup was absolutely fantastic.
Both of them.
But it was she did all that. She's really good. Really good.
Good stuff.
She's quite chuffed with the amount of the comments that have been on all the pictures.
Talent in the Coldwell household. Just before we go then, Dave, a little bit on Tony Bellew. The opponent still not being named, no?
I
thought he was getting named a few days ago.
So did we. We've known who it is.
Can't reveal it though
for a while, but I'm just waiting on Eddie to announce it. That's down to him. It's his show, his promotion, his job. So we're not in a position to announce it. We just have to wait for him. A few little things need sorting out, and then it get announced. And I believe it might be announced Saturday or just after.
Okay, good stuff.
But the fight's on. We know what's happening, and
Yeah.
As far as that's concerned, we're deep in training camp.
Good stuff. All right, mate. Well, that's it for us today. I'll catch up with you tomorrow on the way, and
Nice one.
we'll see you Saturday.
Cheers, mate.
Best of luck, mate. See you soon.